Here we go. Let's start that clock. It is midnight, launch night for Dragon Quest VIII for the 3DS. I have played this game before. It is the only Dragon Quest game that I've beaten. I played it around when it came out for the PS2, which was about 13 years ago. My wife Andrea has actually also played this game. She's appeared on stream before. She enjoyed it quite a bit. So it's a little bit more recent in my memory than a lot of the other games we've played on stream before. Now, quick question before I start playing. Are y'all getting any audio crackle on your end? Maybe an issue with my capture card, but I can fix it. I just need to know if y'all are hearing it too, or I'm just a crazy person. Thank you. Please do not use any content that is legal, offensive, or could infringe on the rights of others. Just barely. Yes. Chaos Factor. Pretty good. Hey, Yukupo, it's groovin'. Apparently the Japanese version of this game did not have voice acting. They added it for the Western release of the PS2. Voice acting in this game is really good.
Oi, Gov! It's gonna get dark if we hang about here much longer.
Yep, this is the same artist, Akira Toriyama. I think he has a life contract to make Dragon Quest games until he dies. So if you've watched Dragon Ball, then you're going to recognize a lot of the same character designs. There's a character that looks like Trunks, there's a character that looks like Goku. But he's great, and a national treasure of Japan. Ton of new content in this. Now, is the game overall shorter? Did they remove some stuff that made the game take longer? I heard that that was going to be the case. Barrels. This looks really good. I think it'd be a bit of a downgrade from the PS2, but it's really clean.
I've probably said it before, but it beats me how you ended up working for an old codger like him. Not that I can talk, though, eh? Guess people say the same thing about me. Working for you.
Oh, okay, gotcha, Chaos. Cool.
Old codger? I do hope you're not referring to me. What would you know? A lowlife like you wouldn't recognize nobility if it came up and bit you on the ah! Enough dilly-dallying. Where's the princess? I can't see her anywhere.
This game has my favorite solution for having voice acting, but a character that the player names, and it might actually be a consequence of the Japanese version not having a voiceover. Basically, your name is still printed in the text, but the characters don't say your name out loud because they can't.
Here comes trouble, Gov.
And it works fine. Look at that, a Japanese RPG that has a battle in the first 4 minutes. Look at this. Take note. Persona. And Dragon Quest VII, actually. Dragon Quest VII was like an hour and a half. Andrea got a Queen Slime keychain from one of the capsule toy machines in Japan. She was so happy. Yeah, I really like this music. Just send a thank you to Plaster Master for that suggestion to put the
Well,
year and console the
certainly
game came
took us
out.
by surprise.
I keep looking over that. Yeah, this was
Nothing
13
we
years
couldn't
ago.
handle, eh?
Nani?
Now, where's the princess? Where's my Medea? My precious one and only daughter? Ah, there you are. Thank goodness you're safe, Medea.
They had special PS2 controllers in the shape of a slime. That's a thing. I never heard of that before. Yep, his daughter's a
The
horse.
old princess is back.
I forget how cool this game is.
Before it gets dark.
It's just a really good, straightforward fantasy story, right? It makes it easier for you to keep track of which ones you've targeted and not of, and I think that helps. That kind of thing is just like a mechanics versus flavor thing. It doesn't get in the way of my immersion personally. What's up, folks? Yeah, the ABC monster thing. I think it part of there's a big trend towards tradition in the monster or the Dragon Quest series. They'll often do things just because that's the way it's always been done,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
nostalgic, right? That's
Here
how it
we
was on the
are.
NES when it
If
was
my
much more
memory
necessary.
serves me correctly, this is the place. This is the town where Master Rylus lives.
Hold your horses, Grandad. I thought it was Dolmagus we was after.
I am not your granddad. And of course Dulmagus is our man. But that
Oops.
dastardly magician can't hide from us forever. We must track him down and lift this confounded curse. Oh,
The
just
subtitle of this
look
game
at
is
my poor
The Journey
Medea.
of the Cursed King.
And we'd only just settled on her engagement to the Prince of Argonia. Oh, that despicable Dulmagus. That's why it's imperative we locate Rylus. Will you go and find him?
Sure, I can do that for you. Why not?
That's the spirit. I knew I could rely on you. I'll be waiting here.
Yeah, it's cool. You go.
You weren't thinking of going without me, I hope. I'm the best there is when it comes to looking for people. It's my piece of resistance, isn't it? Let's get going, eh?
This game's also very well localized. And an interesting thing about Dragon Quest, do we have a reason for this? Every Dragon Quest game is localized as though it uses all British English. And even like the text in the game is British English, so it's defense DEFENCE, not DEFENSE. Is that just something they happened to do in Dragon Quest 1 and have stuck with it since then? Nice. Hey Yahan. Hi Kaihan. Good morning. How are you? It was done in Britain. That's an interesting trend. It's cool. I enjoy it. Well, that's true in a lot of fantasy. Speaking of nostalgia, like a lot of the merchants and stuff in these games have looked the same pretty much since the first game. Final Fantasy does that too, but I think they doubled down on it in Dragon Quest. It's a kitty. Meow. Oh yeah, no, Yangus is the best. This game has such a great cast of characters. It's very, very likable. May as well give you cat cam with that. You're an actual cat. Oh, that's interesting. Got a little camera I can do at a whim. I wonder why they added that. It's unusual. Let's see, settings. Right. It is midnight proper on the East Coast in the US. I'm in Mountain Time, so it's like 10 o'clock here, PM. Calderasha, more like Balderdasha. Precious ring. And again, it wouldn't go on my fat finger. That's an awful thing to say to a person. Hey, I found a chest. I found a chest. I found a chest. Hey, 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 hey. I haven't made it outside yet, Caspop. I just started playing 12 minutes ago, so we're getting close to where we can check that out. I'll let you know right away. I still really like the music. I actually am not as big of a fan of orchestral soundtracks. I guess this uses the original soundtrack from the Japanese version of the game, which was system-generated music rather than an orchestral soundtrack. I like it so far. It sounds really close to the original. You almost can't tell the difference. Open treasure chests. Roger. Got it. Hot tip. I did play the original, the US version for the PlayStation 2. When it came out, though, which was 13 years ago. I watched my wife play it 3 or 4 years ago, so it's a little bit more recent in my memory. Yeah, they do a pretty good job of these ports to the 3DS of making the second screen useful. And I felt like I was checking the map pretty frequently in this game back in the OG release. So it's especially helpful in that respect. Oh, that's right! Oh, Caspop, I completely forgot. Why did I own this game? That's totally why I own this game, because it came with the Final Fantasy XII demo. No, it's in my shelf somewhere. I'm not going to dig for it. Yeah, I was like, why did I have Dragon Quest VIII? Having never played a Dragon Quest game, I think I played Dragon Warrior 1 for the NES, but only played it for like an hour. That game is pretty brutal. I'll have to come back and beat it eventually as part of the, let's beat every awesome game plan. But yeah, like, why, of all the games, like, it's just because I trusted Square Enix at the time? That's a good enough reason to buy it, but... yeah, I thought this game was really good. The original PS2 version did a lot of stuff that was, they, like, kept mechanics because that's the way it had always been done, not necessarily because it was the right way to do something. Like, making it a little grindy, requiring that you have tons and tons of gold to buy anything. Like, I think this is the most aggressive series in terms of how hard it is to find currency to buy all the items you want. There's probably like 7 good items in each town, and maybe 1 you can afford, maybe. Yeah, I think this game's better than 12 as well. I don't think that... Just gotta go find this Rylus dude. What's the item shop? Oh cool, I can move the camera there too. Nice. I think Rylus' house got burned down. That's awesome, Gaspo. My first Final Fantasy was FF4 for the Super Nintendo, back when we still called it 2. Like, you go to a church and you confess to save. It's great. This is one of the very few JRPG series where, like, the church isn't a secret evil. Sometimes I'll do some side plots about members of the church being up to no good, but it's so common in Japanese RPGs for the church to actually be the bad guys, right? Oh, shit. I instinctively pressed the B button on that menu, which was, do you want to keep playing, yes or no? That's one of those, like, is still around because it was a Nintendo game forever ago and they wanted people to take breaks. Yeah, I want to go to the title screen. Who wants to do that, ever? What we got in this book? I never played Dragon Quest IX. I did about 5-6 hours of Dragon Quest VII when it came out on 3DS. I had never played 7 before that. It's on my voting spreadsheet right now. I forget the command for it. It's doing pretty well though. Vote.marstead.com, isn't it like in like 3rd place or something? Treasure chest is locked! Man, I ain't even trying to hear that. Oh, awesome chaos. It seemed like the 7 remake did a lot of nice quality of life features. Like, apparently it has one of the most infamous openings in the history of RPGs, and that it goes very, very long before you get to any combat. On the original version, and then the remade 3DS version really toned that down significantly. Yeah, I really liked what I saw of 7. I thought it was great. Cool story, cool mystery. Different enough from 8. 4 is super solid. 6 is my favorite Final Fantasy. Long shot. Now, there used to be a consult. Well, that's not useful at all, dude. Final Fantasy IV was my first FF. Actually, there's the sprite in Final Fantasy IV of Golbez when I was a little kid. I always thought it looked like a cat. So I was trying to describe the game to one of my friends, saying, "Oh, you gotta play this Final Fantasy game. It's so cool. I got it at Blockbuster." And he was like, "Okay." So he went to Blockbuster, and he was like, "This game has these like cats in it." And I was like, "You talking about Golbez, the badass knight guy?" Like, no, they're like actual cats with wings and pom-poms. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because he had rented Final Fantasy VI. I had rented Final Fantasy IV. We ended up trading our rentals after we beat them. Okay. I think this is new. Golden slime statue. It's awesome. Bravely Second's quite good. Nice, Ikubo. I thought we just had to go to this burnt down house. Actually, sorry folks, if you played this game fairly recently and you remember where I'm supposed to go to progress the plot, I thought we just had to go to the burnt down house. That's where Rylus was, but I think there's some other NPC in town who tells us what happened to him, and that's what progresses the story. Isn't that right? Yeah, I don't remember the golden slime statue. So we're already in here and talked to all these guys. Definitely don't need to use the inn. It's the bar? Okay, that makes sense. Tavern. I don't know about rumors and stuff. Good looking out. It's trivial to find the bar from here. Hey, there's a little sign that says it's around the back. I wonder if that was in the original too. If there was like some playtesting to see where people got lost. Put your attention to good use out there. Psych yourself up enough to do more damage. Calderasha, that's right.
Had enough, Mr. Calderasha, sir. I'm sorry, but I've got a business to run. This haphazard fortune-telling of yours is costing me a fortune in free drinks.
Yeah, I tried it. Yangus didn't help. He was like, I'm good at finding people.
My fortune-telling? Haphazard? Are you a complete fool? Let me tell you something for free. All fortune-telling is haphazard. What do you expect? Anyway, so what if I saw it? So what if I foretold the fire? If I tried to stop it, then what? It would only have led to another disaster. That's what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Calderasha, sir. I don't follow. If you're saying you knew about the fire, shouldn't you at least have warned Master Rylus?
Yes, poor Rylus. How many times I argued with the old man. I cannot believe he's gone.
Alright. Calderasha is pretty great.
What? What is it? Hmm? You! Come, show your face to the great Calderasha.
Quick! Quick! Everyone come quick! There's a monster in town!
Monster in town?
Just come and see! The whole town's gone crazy!
Hey, Plaster, what's groovin'? Better not go down to the courtyard. Man, I'm like a hero. I got this sword on my back. Everything's gonna be fine. You're the same guy, aren't you? Shit. I think there's another way for me to get down there. Hold on. There we go. Oh, this is the part that had the crazy drums in the orchestral version. That part was actually kind of cool, I gotta say.
What the?
Nani?
This ain't good, Gov. Come on.
I'm guessing they put this out in Japan with English voice acting and Japanese subtitles, is that right? That's usually how they do.
He looked at me.
They were talking about Trode.
Get out, monster! You're not welcome here!
And, oh, dude!
You tell him, horse princess. That's a bummer, man.
Well, that was a fine reception. Don't they realize who I am? Judging a book by its cover, don't they know it's what's inside that counts?
Yeah, you can say that again.
So then,
Yangus.
did you manage to find Master Rylus?
Yangus reminds me of a, he's like a Peanuts character.
What? He's dead? Oh, no, no, no! Well, I suppose there's no point crying over spilt milk. It's Durmagus we're after. He's the one who cursed the princess and I, after all. He's the one who made us look so ridiculous. I had hoped Rylus
Sorry, folks,
might
I'm
be
still
able
hearing a
to
crackling
help us
sound and I'm
locate
trying to
him.
fix it. It's driving me crazy over here.
But it seems we'll just
be a
have to
headphones
track
problem.
Durmagus down by ourselves. With Rylus gone, we have nothing further to gain from staying here. Let's...
Wait! Please wait. I'm sorry to come running after you like this. It's just that I wanted to ask you a favor.
Are you not afraid of me, young lady?
I dreamt about you. I dreamt that some people came to town with a strange creature. It was sort of halfway between a human and a monster.
Poor Trode.
I dreamt that...
Oh man, they made the L button a confirm button? Alright, we're in business now.
Strange creature?
Play the game left-handed.
Are you referring to me?
I'm so sorry.
Look on
I didn't
Yagus's
mean to be
face.
rude.
Not to worry. I've had worse things said to me today. You know, you remind me of my Medea. You're about the same age. Anyway, you say you had a dream about me. Most peculiar.
I'm sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm
That's good.
Valentina, daughter of the great fortune teller Caldarasha. If you could just come to my house, I'll explain everything there. It's by the well at the far end of town. I'll be waiting for you.
What was she rabbiting on about? Come round my house, she says.
Magnificent!
Look how happy he is.
She wasn't afraid to look at me at all, not one bit. Oh, she reminds me of my Medea. We must give this young girl a helping hand. Right then, my boy. Go and find the house by the well and see what it is she wants. Hmm?
I like that choice. It's interesting to think about how do you localize accents from the original Japanese,
We
right?
don't want to cause any more of a stir.
I guess there are some reasons in Japan viewers were telling me that are almost always localized as like Texas. I just don't remember if they really have that in this game. It's especially challenging with voice acting, you know. There he goes. Now he's being helpful. Thanks, Angus. Good looking out. Earthbound did it forever ago. One of the big pluses of that game, for sure. Yeah, so you can play pretty much the whole game with just your left hand. You can use the L button for confirm, which is usually all you need. Earthbound back in the day lets you press select as cancel as well, which is reachable with your thumb. You can't quite do that with the 3DS.
Ah, you came.
You know it.
So sorry, I must have drifted off. How rude of me.
No
I
worries.
wanted to ask you a favor about this crystal ball. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Perhaps I should start from the beginning? Of course. Let me explain. My father, Kaldarasha, was once a really famous fortune teller. Lost treasure, missing people. There was nothing the great Kaldarasha couldn't help people with. But then one day, he lost his powers. All of a sudden, nothing he foretold turned out to be true anymore. It's probably because he stopped using a real crystal ball. This glass ball isn't...
Valentina, what is going on here?
Oh no,
How
Mr.
many
Satan's
times
not
have I told
pleased.
you not to touch my crystal ball?
Yeah, man,
What?
the
Aren't
voice
you
acting
that
in
boy
this game
from
is
the
superb.
pub? What brings you here? Ah, never mind. I do not know what my daughter has asked you, but you can forget it. I do not need your help. I am fine as I am. I am going to bed. Valentina, say your farewells and show our young visitor to the door.
I'm sorry about my father. But whatever he says, he's the one who's really suffering since he lost his powers. That's why I wanted to
Yeah, I
ask
can
you
hear
this favor.
Can
You
hear the
find him a
crackle.
crystal ball?
So probably people
One
that
that's
aren't
big
listening on
enough to
headphones right
bring
now
back
might not
his
be able to hear it.
powers?
I might see if I can try to fix it here in a sec. We'll take a
Really?
short break after
You
this.
will? Oh, this is exactly how it all happened in my dream. So far, everything's come true. I also dreamt that there's a crystal ball hidden deep inside the cave, under the big waterfall to the south of town. I suppose only the daughter of the great Kaldarasha could know a thing like that.
You know it. Now, quick saves in this game, presumably? I think you have to have quick save, yeah. In all like portable Nintendo games, you don't have. You can have like basic save points that save you for real, but you have to be able to put the game down. I wonder if it works in combat too, or if it's just outside of combat. That'd be pretty crazy. Kaihan's like, that girl talks too much. That's adorable. I'm gonna try to save the game really quick and then restart it and see if I can fix the crackling. Maybe I'm just crazy. It's super mild. It's just like when there's. It's like it sounds like a clipping sound whenever there's loud noises, like the organ playing just now or the people talking. Alright, well, I'm just gonna try one quick thing. I'll pause the clock. Be right back. See if that makes it go away. could try watching it on YouTube and do the live DVR, rewind it back to the earlier point. You can hear it, Shovel Dude. I'm kind of tempted to start the run over until I try to fix that. Maybe I need to reboot my machine or something.
Such devotion to her father. I'm impressed. Just how a daughter should be.
That usually only happens when
If this Calderasha gets his powers back, there's nothing he can't find, am I right?
I have a USB bandwidth problem.
Then we'll kill two birds with one stone. If everything goes according to plan, we'll find out where that hateful Dulnegus is. The time's getting on. Medea and I will stay outside. That's the last time we set foot in a barbaric town like this. But you should spend the night at the inn and rest well, so that you're ready to take on the world tomorrow.
Ask that question about Facebook versus Google Plus, Polar Brewski, and you'll have your answer. It has all the audience. It's too difficult to get an audience to jump ship. Yep, Six Guns got it. Alright. I know that this is crazy. I gotta make this executive decision. This crackling sound is driving me freaking bonkers. And I'm almost positive it's gonna be in the VOD too. So, we're gonna start over. I'm still gonna play it for 2 hours. We could talk all about Dragon Quest, we could have this conversation again. It's gonna require me to restart my machine. So I'm going to be back online in 10 minutes or so after my computer reloads. Oh, it's so there. I even checked it on, I listened to the stream with headphones over here and cranked the volume up. It's super mild, but I don't want the VOD to be busted. So, I'm sorry, we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. I appreciate y'all's patience.